Oh man, yeah. It's a word, man. Man, oh man. Just got to the gym. Light day. Weighted vest. Stairmaster. 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how I'm feeling. Sauna. 10 to 15 minutes afterwards. That's it. That's all I'm doing today. I already woke up, did my yoga, did a little bit of meditation. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. You know, after I'm done with the gym, got a retwist. My shits look crazy. So, gotta get that retwisty. You feel me? But yeah, man. On this road, on this path of life, being good is a choice. And it takes strength. You know what I'm saying? Being good, being righteous, doing good, being good to yourself, right? Being good, being true to others. It's all a choice. That's when you say it, it's like, oh, that's obvious, but it's like it ain't so obvious when you're living in this life, right? It's not so obvious when you're in the moment and you're dealt with a hand where you might feel like one choice is justified based on something that's happened to you, based on certain emotions that has happened and everything. Like, you may or may not feel justified to make a certain action. But I'll say, like, in terms of everything that comes from those choices you make, you feel it, man. Like, you feel it when you make a choice that's not true to yourself, true to God, is what I'll say. It always comes to bite you in the ass. Always. So, being good is a choice, and it takes strength. Doing good is a choice. It takes strength. You're not weak for being kind. You're not weak for loving others. You're not weak for entering into a relationship and then being taken advantage of by the other person. That was strength. You walked in there and you chose to love. With the love that's already in your heart, you chose to give that love. You know? I live in the States, right? So, where I'm at, the country I live in, it's like, it's a lot of, especially on media, it's a lot of, and you know, I've altered my algorithm where I don't really see a lot of the stuff that I'm about to mention, but I'll refer to those who haven't really done that much and to the version of me that didn't really know any better. But when you just soak in all of this media and it's just portraying like hatred and violence and evil and deception, you know, a lot of the times that could, when it's normalized, it makes you feel like it's all right because the rest of the world seems to be on that same frequency. And it's not. Just because something is normalized doesn't make it okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because it's normalized and you've seen it. And I'll even say this, right? Just because you've normalized it in your own life, right? You may or may not have done something that you know was wrong, and it's like nothing consequential happened the way you thought it was, so you keep doing it. So you're normalizing it. And then you forget that it was even wrong in the first place. It doesn't make it right. You know? Man, when I was a child, I remember looking at everything I used to see and thinking, I really used to think when I was a child, like, yo, this is like, it's almost like the people in power or whoever's, you know, whoever, whatever individuals, I don't want to say people in power, whatever individuals are choosing to release this and this and this, whatever was portrayed. I used to see shit on TV, on social media, on the internet. And I used to be like, yo, this is like, this is not of love. Like, this doesn't stem from love. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? It doesn't stem from a place of love. Because back then I didn't really like categorize it as evil, you know? Because I knew what evil meant, but I didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know how real that shit gets. You know what I'm saying? Being good is a choice. And it takes strength. You're strong. You have a good heart. Out of all the things you could be doing in this world, you could be choosing to be selfish and only think for yourself and be greedy and, you know what I'm saying, just be dismissive of others. And, you know, like, all of these things are an option. And it seems like in the country I'm in, it's easier to go down that path because, man, it's like sometimes the consumerism like mindset can low-key kind of break off and become something like that's a lot becomes a lot more self-serving than anything. I believe that in this world that we live in, it takes a lot more strength to be good and remain kind-hearted and forgiving and gentle and patient with yourself and others than is even like advertised, you know? Like, don't ever beat yourself up or feel less than or feel weak or feel like you're doing something wrong because you've chosen to walk a path that most don't even dare to begin. You know, that's the path that I am walking and trying to do my best. I'm doing my best to emulate that love that I know is in my heart, like, instead of allowing my trauma to dictate the actions that I take and the decisions I make. So that's where I'm at. I remember when I was a child, there was so much love in my heart, and then I remember moments and things that happened that made me become a little bit colder and afraid, you know? I don't want to be afraid anymore. Cause I see like that you kind of can get stuck in that zone, you know what I'm saying? Especially as you grow, you know what I'm saying, and you age. I feel like you can get stuck. Everybody can change, but you can really get stuck. And that can become who you are. And I see a lot of people where that is who they are. And I don't want that to happen to me ever. my best to love valiantly, fearlessly, and, fully. So, yeah, being good takes strength, and it's a choice. It's up to you. And the world will be a lot better place if you give it a shot. I know what good feels like, bro. I know what that feels like, and I know what hatred feels like. I know what I know, bro. And I think, like I said, I think this world, we're coming into an age of, it's the age of information, but also with this whole transformation, like the earth, everything has to change. We have to evolve as a society, as a people, and I think the things that we see, like the internet has allowed everybody's knowledge to kind of be pooled together in one big hub, and it's like now people are taking better care of themselves. They're basically becoming their own therapists because they know how to diagnose themselves because of other people online who are proficient in these areas, giving knowledge, what I'm saying? Giving their expertise. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But, it's also the other side that it's a lot of bullshit. So, yeah, look, just stay true to yourself. Stay true, right? Do what you must to remain grounded, remain centered, be definite, and keep going. Keep going. Love y'all, man. Peace out.